What's up everybody in YuGiOh YouTube land? This is jesseburn representing Team FTK, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my spicy Gravekeeper deck. It's a mixture of old and new cards that got some support in Soul Fusion, and I finally was able to collect a lot of the cards and make Gravekeepers. Big shout outs to one of our Patreons, his name is Michael, and he helped me by sending a lot of cards. Also big shout outs to the Creative Duelist, my team member, who also donated to us on PayPal and was able to help us make this deck. So if you guys want to give us deck suggestions, also become a Patreon, tip us on PayPal and stuff like that, you're able to help us make more decks for you guys and able to help us make more great content. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. Alright guys, so we're about to get into the list, so before we do, if you guys would like to get your very own custom playmats such as the one in this video, make sure to click the link in the description, enter the promo code TEAMFTK10 to get 10% off your order with Inked Gaming. That's the promo code TEAMFTK10. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We post regularly on Fridays and Mondays, and make sure to hit the bell to be notified when a new video releases. So I'm going to start off with the list. This is Gravekeepers. It's an anti-meta deck that basically just like shuts down the graveyard, doesn't let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's really something that I like. And it's my first take on the deck, so if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. And yeah, so here's my list. Starting off, we play 3 Recruiter. He's the main searcher of the deck. Whenever he sits to the graveyard, he lets you add a Gravekeeper monster. So he's really good for the search ability. Then we play 3 Spy. Flip effect lets you special summon a Gravekeeper monster from your deck, 1500 or lower, I believe. Yeah, 1500 or less attack, which is really good. Flip effects are slow, but it helps because Gravekeeper's monsters get boosts off Necro Valley, so most of the time your opponent can't run over a 2500 defense monster, so it works out really well. Then 3 Commandant. This is your Terraforming on legs. We don't play Terraforming simply because of the fact that you can discard this monster and add Necro Valley from your deck to your hand. Really busted. The only problem is that it is a Earth attribute, so it makes it a little bit difficult with cards like Allure of Darkness because you can't banish this off. But it's okay because we just use it for discard fodder, and then sometimes it helps out to have a boost off Necro Valley with this monster because it's a 2400 beat stick, helps you get over stuff. And I run 3 of the new Spiritualist. This helps you get into all your fusion plays, and it's really good for that factor. It's one of the new cards that came out of Soul Fusion, so it helps you make your boss monster. Then I run 2 of the head monster. This one is basically a wolf bark, really good for bringing back your Gravekeeper monsters to go into link plays and to go into your fusion plays, because it's like wolf bark, special summons from the graveyard, and it's unaffected by Necro Valley like most of the Gravekeeper's monsters are, so it really helps out to have that extra recovery. Then I play 1 Descendant. This is really good because you get to pop a Gravekeeper's monster to destroy 1 card your opponent controls, so it really comes in handy to get over problematic cards. Then I run 1 Heretic. Heretic is good because he's unaffected by everything as long as, you know, Necro Valley is on the field, so you can basically bait out cards like Mirror Forces and stuff like that. Most of this is for casual play, so I'm not going to be like trying to enter in a tournament and summon Heretic and like attack my opponent, because most of the time nobody's going to be playing Mirror Force, so it's more for casual play. Then I run 1 of the Assailant. Assailant is really good because it can get over problem monsters again, because you can switch your opponent's monster to defense position, and then he's a 2000 beat stick with Necro Valley on board, so you can just run things over. I play 1 Guard. Not a lot of people run Guard, and not a lot of people run some of the old cards that I'm running, such as Assailant. But I like to run Guard because people will think it's a spy, attack into it, won't see it coming, and then compulse their monster back. And like I said, this is more of a mix of old monsters and new monsters, and it's like my first test run on Gravekeepers, and I really like playing guard. And like I said, always keep, your suggestions. Feel free to let us know about them. And then I play one Shaman. This is really good because you can special summon it off of Spy, and she has basically an effect where it locks down your opponent's graveyard, so it's really good against your dinosaur matchup and against other things like that. Then I run one Visionary. Visionary is like my favorite Gravekeeper monster, is the reason why I play it, and it gains 200 attack for each Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard, so it adds up. So I like to run one Visionary. Really good. He's a big beat stick. He runs over everything. He gains the boost off Necro Valley, and then he just keeps boosting up for having your Gravekeeper monsters in your graveyard. He's really good, and yeah, he's just a good tech choice to play. That rounds up the monsters. Moving on to the spells is 3 Necro Valley. This locks your opponent out of using their graveyard, so it's really good. They can't move cards from their graveyard, so like they can't use Reincarnation to target Candina to special summon because this says no. It's good against your Thunder Dragons matchup. It's really just a all-around broken anti-meta field spell. Then we run one Royal Tribute. So what this does is, if you have Necro Valley, both players discard all monsters in their hand on the field. It's at 1 for a reason, because it's really busted. You have to play it in Gravekeepers. I really think it should be more at like 2 or 3 copies, because we do have like Trickstar Reincarnation running around, and this is just really busted. I really wish it was at least 2 like it is in the OCG. Then we play 3 of the new spell. This is basically a reinforcements of the army for your Gravekeepers monsters, but it's also a double summon, because immediately after it resolves you get to summon a Gravekeepers monster, so it's really busted. So you basically play this, search a Gravekeepers monster, resolves, you can summon said Gravekeepers monster, so it's really good for getting off all your plays, and it's really what the deck needed, and it's really fun. And then I play one Stealth. This lets you add back Gravekeepers monsters from your graveyard, and it's unaffected by Necro Valley, so it basically makes it where, you lock your opponent out of your graveyard, but you lock your opponent out of their graveyard, but you still get to function with your graveyard because the cards are unaffected. Then I play 2 Allure of Darkness. Everything is dark pretty much, except for your Walking Terraforming. So this is really good, because you can draw 2 cards and then banish a dark monster. So if you have like multiple copies of the same monster in hand, you just banish that monster and then you get to draw cards. Moving on to the traps, I play 1 Tombs. If I had more than 1, I would bump it up for sure, but right now I only have 1. I hope to pick up more in the future to play maybe 2 or 3 copies, but this is basically a Judgment with Necro Valley on the field. Really good. And then 2 of the new trap card. This is basically Ultimate Recovery. So if like they get rid of your Necro Valley, you play this and you just get it right back. It's really good. I think it would be cloggy at 3, but I feel like 2 is a perfect medium. 2 Rivalry of the Warlords. I don't want to run a lot of Floodgates in this deck. I just want to run 2. Everything's Spellcasters, so I just want to be able to lock my opponent out of place. Then 3 Strikes and Warning and Judgment. So pretty much playing the whole Solemn Brigade, because you don't really care about paying life points that much. You're going to usually be ahead if you go first. So it really helps out to have more cards to stun out your opponent and to, stop them in their tracks, and that's what the Solemn Brigade is for. So moving on to the extra deck, we play 3 of the Supernaturalist. This card's really good. It's basically the boss monster that you need for Gravekeepers outside of playing Visionary. Really good, really easy to make. You can run 2 if you want to. I just play 3 because I have 3. So I decided to max out on it, and it is possible to make 3 in a game depending on how long it takes you to kill your opponent, but this definitely helps you finish off your opponent faster. Then we run for links 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice. This is because you can boost up some of your monsters because they're all dark, and this is Spellcaster. So you can link into this even under Rivalry of the Warlords, same for Cautious Magician. And then for non-spellcasters, we play Nightmare, Cerberus, Phoenix, and those are the only links I run because I don't want to have like a huge link spam deck. I want it to be more about the main deck instead of the extra deck, so we just run these 4 links. Basically this is to bounce spot removal, this is for more spot removal, and then this is just to gain attack. Then I play 1 Exciton Knight to blow stuff up, 1 Bambuska, 1 Abyss Dweller, Gaga Cowboy to finish off games, the Utopia package, because you run a lot of rank 4s, so you run a lot of level 4 monsters, excuse me, so playing a lot of rank 4s comes in handy, and Utopia package is always good together. Then we play 1 Tornado Dragon to pop out pesky back row, and then 1 Castell because you make 2 level 4s, detach, bounce something back. It's a little bit better than playing like, you know, some link monsters that we have currently, but it's less generic because it's 2 level 4s, but that's okay because that's all we're really going to play in Gravekeepers. So this was jesseburn represent Team FTK. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. Make sure to check out our links down below for our Patreon and for our PayPal, and also to check out Inked Gaming. Enter the promo code TeamFTK10 in the description. Click that notification bell to be told when the videos come. This is jesseburn out.